Not sure if it's streaming. Can't tell. Doesn't seem to be working. Here we go. All right. You need to start the streaming software and then the YouTube channel stuff. Okay, very good. Whoa. Cool. So you can see I've done a little bit of work since the last live stream. Now I'm going to move this. Okay, good. Very good. I was playing around with it and experimenting with this color and this color, and this little section right here probably has more layers than anything else on this page. I just kept adding and adding and adding. Oh, I don't like that one, and then I would erase and on and on. So it's funny. One little trick, probably all of y'all do something like this, but my desk is just a wash in colored pencils. And so I thought, why don't I put them in a little bundle, and that way I can find them a lot more easily. Yeah, this one I need to get a little, let me see where they are. A little rubber band. Well, I thought they were down there. Yeah, they're too far. I can't get to it. All right, well, it's okay. Yeah, so I'd probably put a little rubber band around those. Make sure I remember them. Those are my gold colors. All right, so down here, I guess I could move the camera lower. Very good. You never know with these cameras. Okay. What was I saying? I don't know. Anyhow, down here on these little, I wanted to make them look kind of like you're looking in through a magnifying glass or just some kind of glass deal. I saw that on another one someone did, a completed page, and I really like that. But I like the gold work of a different page, so I just kind of stuck those together. Anyhow, these are the colors I've used. Yeah, I used for this background part. And it's kind of not a science where I stopped and started any of these colors, but I just tweaked around until I kind of got what I liked. Even here, I think maybe I've got too much of this aqua in there, but anyhow. So here they are, if we're following the way I'm doing it. This is Cobalt Blue U. in True, can you see that? Yeah. True Blue, Non-Photo Blue, Aqua, Light Aqua, and Sky Blue Light. You like how I wrote that on there? And then I covered it with tape. Yeah, I just found out today, or was it yesterday, how to keep your Prismacolors information, the words and numbers from falling off, getting rubbed off, and that was with some kind of clear paint, nail polish. If y'all can recommend one, I wouldn't mind that at all. I haven't actually used this yet, so I'm not, you know, bent on using one brand. Anyhow, so those are the colors: Cobalt Blue, True Blue, Non-Photo Blue, Aqua, Light Aqua, and Sky Blue Light. And I also use a little bit of white in there. And then the leaves. You notice that I try to cover up the black lines that are in the center. When I went to look for sunflower leaves, I found them that they had, their veins are a really light color compared to the rest of the leaf. So either like cream or yellowish color, or not stark white. But I started out with white, and I used, did I try this on this one too? I don't remember if I tried the Uniball or not. But I used the 08 Jelly Roll, white Jelly Roll. And I did try to use this Artistro paint pen. And that's kind of too thick for those lines. So that's why I switched over to the Jelly Roll, which worked really well. And so I covered over that, and then I took, where is it? I thought I had it laying right here. There it is. Pale Sage of the Prismacolor, and just went over those lines, or once that dried. And the Jelly Roll dried pretty fast, so I didn't take that long, and I just covered over that. And then I went in with Grass Blade from Black Widows. I chose to use Black Widows for the leaves. I don't know why, just because I need to use my pencils. And I like them. I like how they feel. I wanted to try them out on this paper. This is Circle of Life. You probably know that by the title. Circle of Life by Mel Pemini Chatzip Peg Inotu. Sorry, I butchered that. And for the leaves, in no particular section or amount, but I used all these: the Grass Blade, Zombie, Dark, Fang Green, and Forest. And I've used mostly the darker colors for any kind of part that didn't get put in the light. I don't know why, I just become unwordy when I get on the camera. When I'm on chat on either Telegram or YouTube, I'm just chatting away. It's just different when you're trying to think of something to say on your live stream. Y'all probably all know that. All right. The other thing I did was I looked up the seeds, and I started to color those, and I was playing around with some of my acrylic paint pens and some of the Jelly Roll, and try to make it look sort of like a sunflower seed. I'm not sure. What do y'all think? You think it looks all right? I'm not sure I can get this camera down any lower. Wow. Yeah, this particular app I'm using, live stream app thing, it really doesn't have a zoom in and out feature. So we get what we get for now. Then on the inside here, I'll get this closer to you. Where it is, this part right here, it looks further back to me than being on level with any of the rest of it. So I attempted to, after I played around with the gold shading, and you could probably see there's a difference between this one and this one. So I'll probably tweak that one as well. I just erased and did some other stuff. Anyhow, and this is supposed to be gold too. And I wanted it to be darker, like it was further in the background. Excuse me. So I tried some different cool grays, 50%, 70, and 90. I did use a little bit of 90 around the edges here, and I may still add, I might add some 70 in there. I just want it to look rounder than it is, than it appears to be. So I thought I would run the cool grays over the top of that to make it, but maybe because these are warm colors, maybe I should have used the warm grays. It hasn't really showed up that much, so it might not make a difference if I add something additional to the top. I mean, I could just take my magic wand, I hate to use that term, my eraser, electric eraser, and just take all that off. Also, something else I did was on some of these edges, and this one's a little faded, but I took another acrylic paint pen and just went along the edges. Kind of did that here too, just to make some little highlights or something. I still want to go back in there and add some more. Maybe I could use the Jelly Roll instead. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. It's a work in progress, right? Yeah, you can get really much closer in with that. Let's see. I'm going to try this 50% warm. You know, I wonder if I could take off a little bit of that cool gray, just like the top. I mean, it is just the first layer that's visible. Well, they're all visible, right? It's just on top here. Maybe I can just erase a little bit. If y'all have any ideas about how to, you know, now it's looking more woodish than it is metal. But it's supposed to be gold. this part down here because I'd put that cool colors on there. I don't know, to me it's almost looking wooden, which is not bad. I mean, I kind of like that idea. I might come in with some lighter, brighter yellows. Not that one. Maybe lemon. I just want to kind of make these look gold. I've watched a lot of gold, how to make gold with your colors. Yeah. I just think maybe if I put a little bit of yellow in there, that will maybe keep it from looking wood. Yeah, I like that old-fashioned goldish looking colors. And if this part looks wooden, that's okay too. I'm not gonna cry about it. But I might go ahead and add a little bit of yellow to some of these. We just experiment around here and on camera so you can see the struggle. The struggle is real. I'm not adding too much, just enough to give it that glint of, yeah, wow. I think that helped a lot. I don't want to overdo it, but I like, especially on the back part here, that makes it look a whole lot more goldish than wood. So back to this part here, I'm going to try the 50% warm. Hey, LEM. Yeah, I'm sure I got that from someone else on YouTube, but I don't know where. Maybe it just came out of my own brain. But I like that. These are just, let me show you. Well, my dog is sort of in the way. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, okay. I don't know how we got these or where we got them, but we just did. And maybe it was, oh, you know, this might be something my daughter had long ago. I think that's what it is. Anyhow, these are just little rubber bands that kids used to use to make bracelets. And they are amazingly stretchy enough, let's see, to go around like 5, 6 pencils where they're not going to just pop off. There you go. Anyhow, they're not very much if you want to get some in the store. It's probably way more than you need, but it's something. Those will last a really long time. All right. So down here, Rum Gray. I promised the Rum Gray, so I need to deliver. See, I almost think that's making it too wooden looking, but maybe I'll just go with it. I don't mind wooden. That's really interesting though. You know, because you've got the wooden part makes it look like the stem, or although these stems are green, kind of like, I don't know, a tree. And then the goldness of the rings here, and these also. Maybe those look like the flower. I don't know. My mind does that sometimes. It's a bit of silliness, really. All right. So if you have ideas on how I can make this fade into the background better, I'm just putting a really thin layer of this. I mean, if it completely ruins, I'll just go in with the electric eraser. That definitely makes it look more wooden, which I kind of like. I'm liking how that's looking. And it also makes it look more faded in the background. I might get out the darker one, 70, for some of these bits right here. Can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sure I'll figure out at some point how to zoom in instead of just covering, moving the camera up and down. But that's okay. Steve, maybe you can help me with this. Put your hands together for Steve. Yay. He got my camera set up and everything. Does this app have a zoom so that I don't have to keep moving the camera up and down?
No.
Okay.
Web cameras don't usually have zoom.
Well, this isn't... You can do that with... Can't you do that with the Streamlab or whatever it is? You can do that with Streamlab.
I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well, what is this one called? OBS?
Uh-huh.
All right. Anybody that's using OBS, and you can share your nuts and bolts. Whoops. There we go. On how to zoom in and out without just moving the camera all over, and without it not being able to find it's like constantly changing its focus. Anyhow, so yeah, I was gonna go into some areas with this darker one. Just barely. I'm very light-handed when it comes to coloring. Which is probably good. And I just ordered... No, I don't like that. I just ordered some budget oil-based pencils. Probably not the ones some people like a lot. Whoop, look at that. Keep all your pencils together. So I'm doing that, and I kind of like those warms better than the cold colors, the cool colors. Yeah. Okay. Well, that didn't help. Here's what I'm using for the gold. Cream, jasmine, Goldenrod, Sienna Brown, Dark Umber, and then these two, if I want to make those colors look more wooden, warm 50% warm and 70% warm gray. So yeah, if you're following. All right, let's work on this circle. Can you see it? May have to use left hand today. Yeah. Well, sorry, what I started out already is putting in the highlight parts with the cream. And then I actually went ahead and put a dark down where I might want the darks. Just barely. Something else that I just observed from the picture that used the gold all around here was, instead of going all the way across this way, you know, but in order to make it look more curved, oh, how do I explain this? Keep the coloring, especially the dark, in the center, and then you can come back with a lighter color to help blend it down, but also to keep that outer edge, both edges, light, and kind of, to me, it gives it kind of a round look. So yeah. Nope, wrong one. I'm using Goldenrod here. I'm going over the dark that I just did with the Goldenrod, and then, with the Sienna Brown, and going over it with the Goldenrod. And I'll do that here too. And a little bit over here. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with the Jasmine and go over that again, but come out further. I like being light-handed on these things, on any coloring, because if I don't like a color, I can erase it much easier if I just lightly put it down. And if I'm also kind of laying a foundation of a color behind something, like a cream or even a white, well, not white unless it was on black paper, but you know, lighter colors. That way I can get an idea of where I want to put the dark ones, if that makes any sense at all. All right, now I'll go back with not quite the darkest. And we'll just come in a little bit. I'm gonna something I heard on a video a few days ago was that when you do gold, or just the nature of gold, it will reflect whatever is around it. It will, because it's so reflective. And though, just depending on what you think is like above a picture, I don't know, you might think, well, there might be something interesting creating that interesting pattern. I don't know. I probably think too hard on this stuff, but that's okay. I don't really have a script. Just, oh, sorry. I hate to put down my prisms that loudly. Sounds like I'm just pounding them, you know. Gently put them down. I usually have a bundle of pencils in my hand, but since I switch back and forth between the hands, it makes it kind of hard to do that. All right, let's go in with the dark umber. The colors I'm using for the gold, I got that combo from Sarah Clark. Why don't I remember her middle name so suddenly? Anyway, Sarah Clark, the one from, is it Australia? Yeah. She did about four different kinds of gold, and so I was looking at that, and I kind of like this one the best. So that's why I picked it. Okay, let's go in with this one. The sienna brown. Sorry, I'm not used to calling out my colors when I'm coloring. Yeah, I probably could have used fewer colors, but I didn't. All right, I'm going to try now a little bit of this lemon yellow right here on the edges, right before the cream. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but it seemed to look good on the other stuff. Oh, I didn't. Here's a tip. Always remember to clean off the end of your electric eraser before you go in and erase, because you'll end up with something like that. Well, that's okay. The background is going to be dark anyway in the end, but it is just kind of annoying. All right, what do you think? Hey, that looks pretty good in the camera. I'm not sure it looks good for real, but maybe I'm just too close to it over here. All right, so there's that. Why don't we do the one next to it? Ugh. All right, I've got my lighter colors here. Oh, well, I guess I can do the inside. Should we do the inside? No, let's demonstrate the outside first. Some of these I may have to hate losing my train. That was Jasmine. And here's Goldenrod. I'm going from light to dark on this one. Which may or may not be a good idea. Because I'm forgetting where I am. I think I'm much rather like going from dark to light. We'll just see if it makes a difference at all. Does anyone else randomly like to do a British accent? I like to try. I'll go ahead and put the yellow in there. Okay. I'm going to go in with the dark. Dark umber. And now it's probably a little bit too dark right there. That's right. That's looking pretty good. I almost could leave out the goldenrod, but I'd rather like it. This is Jasmine again. And back to cream. I might put a little cream on the dark spots too. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I need to sort of burnish it to make it shinier. Maybe that's something I failed to do on here. How are you all doing today? Hope you're doing well. right. That, I think, shines it up a little more. I like it. Need to watch my time. It's 1. Okay. So we'll do about 25 more minutes. All right. Let me show you how I do this seed. Now these I've done. You can't really tell. I probably can go over them. I'm not sure I like. Trying to make it focus. Come on, camera, focus. It doesn't want to focus. Anyway, I'm just trying to make it look like a sunflower seed as much as I could. So I kind of like going around the edges with a lighter color, because sunflower seeds, they have this patch of darker color with a streak of a light color in the middle, and then the outside part is a cream, kind of white, creamish color. I'm going to try the cream. Shake up my pen. Shake it up, way up. Okay, that's enough. I'm using the Artistro mainly because I didn't want to shell out a bunch of money on another brand, though they're really good. I did try a whole bunch of different brands, and I like this one the best. I mean, all paint pens are gonna have some kind of quirkiness to it, but no, you can't even see what I'm doing. I do apologize. All right. I'm going to get you in as close as I can. It's going to do that focus thing. Well, I'll zoom out in a second. The first thing I did was I took the cream and I just ran over it like that. And then I came back in with this dark umber. Kind of, there's some lines there you can maybe kind of, kind of go over them with the brown. And then I use the polychromos brown, black. I only have 12 polychromos, and I'm so glad that the small set came with a black. Okay, and then I just darkened it. I knew I didn't need a soft pencil. Now once I did that, then I came in with, see, I'm still not crazy about how that looks, but that's okay. I do apologize for the shaking of the camera and of my hand. I can't do anything about either of them at present. And then I put a streak in the middle like the other ones have. And I come back in. So really, I just demonstrated how I did both kinds. Which I'm not sure. It's probably not going to show up that much until the end, till the background's done. I might just keep that using this, the marker, the paint marker, until the end, so that it's easier to work on the background. Anyhow, so that's what I did. I used the cream, colored that, then I used the brown, the dark umber, and did that, and then I laid down a little bit of polychromos black, and that was so that I can make those streaks in there. This one I tried with the Jelly Roll 08. Okay. Alright. My favorite part, to do the background. I'm gonna get that out of the way. And got my pencils all out here. I read what I was using for that at the beginning. So here's kind of what I did. I started off the background with sky blue light. And just, you know, not in any particular stylish way, just laid down a layer of that. To help blend that background, the darker stuff in there. Okay, then I went in with the non-photo blue. I don't think about what I do first or middle or last when I'm coloring. Whoa, sorry about that. But for the videos, I've got to remember how I did something, so I'm gonna have to maybe rewatch my video on this part. All right, so I took a little bit of non-photo blue and started going around the edge. My reasoning behind using this is to kind of slowly build up that dark color. You know, laying it down where it's going to be, I don't know, maybe a base coat. I don't know what you'd call it. Well, it's hard to do this without moving the book. Okay. And then I try to come out a little bit, feather it out. So what have you all been working on? Y'all, what have y'all been working on? Okay, so I've got a little bit of that down. Then I take my True Blue. and kind of do the same thing as I did there. Just see how it's just getting a little darker, and feather that out a little further. Well, that didn't come out exactly like planned, but as I'm always saying, that's okay. It's all going to be feathered out anyway, blended together. That's why I'm not being particularly specific about how I'm doing this. Then I take a little bit of the light aqua, and with that I don't want to put too much on. But enough. It takes a little while really, because for me, I'm just going in layers, little layers. Sorry, my hands don't always want to cooperate. I know a couple of us here on YouTube have trimmers in their hands, and yet we just keep going. Alright, so that's kind of the base, right? And now I'm going to go in with the darker first. And feather that out. So I'll probably go over this twice or 3 times depending on how light I'm going. I've got so much stuff in the way, it's hard to move the book around. Who else sticks their tongue out when they're coloring or doing anything that you gotta concentrate on? Okay, now I'm going to go back in the same direction, the same line of pencils that I used before. But, so I'm just pushing a little harder. Man, I really have to think about what I'm doing. Not too much harder. I mean, I really don't color that hard until I'm absolutely certain of how I want it. Sorry about that. Right. Okay. Okay, it's looking better. Now the darker. I'm thinking I didn't feather out too much the second. Or is this the third layer? You want that outer edge to be darker, so you give the impression of a curved edge. This for Prismas. I think I probably mentioned that. I only used Black Widows on the leaves. Alright. I'm going to take this sky blue light here. Oh, actually, let me do this first. This little bit of aqua. Come down just a little more with that. I'm really just tweaking this. I'm not saying you have to do it the same way. I'm just seeing what it looks like and do I like the way it looks. Now I'm going to come back and go over that edge and into the middle. I've got probably medium pressure on that. And I definitely want to go in with another layer. This one down here came out so well, but I forgot what I used, so I had to kind of figure it out on this side. And I think this is what I ended up with, was the cobalt. So I'm just going a little bit more with this, a little harder, not too much. Sorry about that. I think see on these, it looks like I brought it in more, so I might just do that. Just come in a little more. Yeah, I like that better. So there's a little bit of glow in the middle there. Okay, back to the dark. How would you color these little circled areas? Or how did you? Have you done this page? It's the sunflower page in Circle of Life, which is one of my favorite books. I think that's looking pretty good. I'm going to go back with a couple of the lighter colors. Yikes. It's in that ugly stage, right? I'll just move myself if I can't move the page. That is looking a whole lot better. I'm liking it. Now I might come in with a little more aqua. Alright, I'm going to come in with not burnish, but just kind of clean up the edges. No, that's okay. What you think? Pretty good? Alright, I'm going to go in a little darker, just on the edge. Then I'm going to come in with the 70%. Just a little bit. See how that makes that look curved right there? I just dropped my phone. Alright, just a little bit more. Okay, I'm done tweaking. I really want to make the center a little darker, but right now I want to show you how I did the other parts. Then we can get into the flower. Oops. Alright, I'm only going to do this on the top and the side here. Oh no, where is it? Wow. Well, I've got another one, so I have these circles, and I try to see which one is the exact circle, and then I want to go smaller, and then take, this one is the Secure Jelly Roll 0.8, and just draw. It may not come through because it's not crazy about drawing on wax. Anyway, and then I think I'll do, did that do anything? I don't think it did anything. Well, phooey. I just keep playing with it, I guess. Okay, it's coming out now. Whew. Okay. You probably can't see that very well. Alright, I'm just gonna go back in there, thicken up the line. I might actually use the tin, although I don't want this line to be too thick. I mean, you could use any paint type pen on this. It's not set in stone that you have to use Sakura Jelly Rolls. Anyhow, you get the picture. Now when I finish this bottom part, I'll put in some more. It has been an hour. Oh, hey, I didn't even know people were on here. Doing a pretty good job. Thank you. Great shading. The sunflowers turned out beautiful, pretty. Put a lot of time and effort. Yeah. Well, yeah. Gosh, if I still have people on here watching, I might as well keep going, right? Okay, let's do the leaves. The leaves? The leaves. Did you catch this? You put your pencil sets in with a rubber band. Kind of cool. All right. So the first thing I did here was I used the grass blade, and I just covered the whole thing. It's kind of like a base, not very hard pressure. And then I come back to some areas that might be more in shadow. Like this little bit. Well, it's covered over. Probably should have waited to do that part. Well, that's okay because I can go back over it. So like these little bits here would be more in shadow, and in this little spot, and maybe the edge here. And then I just get progressively darker. Progressively darker. I'm sorry. like building those layers because you can always make something darker, but you can't always easily make something lighter, even with the best eraser in the world. So if I'm liking how it's working, then I can just do that. All right, now that was forest, and this one is, oops, wrong one, Fang Green, and that can be like the darkest spots. Hello, Princess Stolen. You're funny. Must be hobby day. I did some Lego displaying. Awesome. Every day is hobby day around here. I like Legos too. I'm trying to talk my sister into doing her some Lego videos, but she says she doesn't want to make anybody jealous and feel bad they can't buy something or that they really want something. And I said, well, you're not responsible for that. You just do something fun that you like, and if somebody wants it or is jealous, that's kind of, you know, it's kind of on them. But anyhow, let me take you through the reasoning I've done these leaves the way I did is that they're bright and full of life leaves, you know, and but darker, right? And over here I want this one to be lighter because if you've seen flowers before they sprout completely, the little leaves that are coming off, maybe off the seed, I'm not sure, I didn't notice these little seeds before. Cool. They're lighter, and so I wanted to make those light. And then on this one I'll probably make them darker since the flower is dropping its seeds and it's ready to die, and so I might put some more brown in that. Anyhow, now then I took the 8 and I'm gonna go over those black lines. See, I colored it first because it's harder to get in between these little bits of acrylic paint or whatever is in secure jelly rolls. And you know, they don't all get covered, but mostly. If you look at a sunflower, or just about any flower really, sorry, the leaves, not the sunflower itself, they don't have black veins or even dark green veins. They're cream colored or greenish. So I thought, well, why don't I just take a page out of one of the other colorists I follow, covering up those black lines. Knowing her, she probably would cover over all of it, but I kind of like how it's looking with the black lines on the outside part. I may have to ask you for this picture for my sunflower wall. Excuse me. Well, if I could photocopy it and give it to you, because this is for my sister. Her birthday is next week, and I'm really hoping to get this done. And since I don't really care for the picture on the back, it will work out just fine. I want to take it out of here and probably photocopy it for myself, and then scan it, and then give her the framed version. All right, it doesn't take too long for this to dry. They dry pretty fast. Then I come in with the pale sage again, and I just go over. Hope I'm getting this in the light enough. So I start out with this because the Black Widow pencils are just a little harder than the Prismas. And if I started out with the hard pencil on top of that, it would scratch it off. But yeah, I found that out the hard way. But doing it this way, it somehow it's just easier. It really almost blends it right into the background. But that also gives this pencil something to hang on to. Now I'm going to go back over. Go over it with the grass blade. And of course this isn't perfect or anything. I'm not trying to do that. But I'll do the best I can. Okay. That's not bad. Then I go back in with either the forest or the black fang. I don't know why I call that black fang, but fang green. And I go into those little slots there. I call them slots in between. And that way you get those veins to look cream green, they're cream. I made up a new color, yellow green, cream. What you think? Oh. I didn't know that was you. You sneaky. Well, you knew I was doing this picture for you. Okay. Well. Yep. Yes, I worked very hard. Now you can tell me what you want these insects to look like. I can show you where I'm getting the idea from. I kind of like I like how they did this. Is where I'm get the idea for making this curved looking. and get the highlights. And I think I want to do, and this one is where I'm getting the idea for the gold. I kind of like to do this background, but make it look like this, like it's got a highlight on it, like it's under glass. But do the bugs in different colors. So, this one is a moth. This one looks kind of like, well, I don't know, it might be a bee. This one is a moth. This one, well, these two look like ladybugs. See, I'll probably add some more highlight around that too later on. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I just love this tiger and how they did some of the stripes in this space background. And this is kind of the background I wanted to use on this picture. Was this not quite black, but gets into blue and then it lights up. And that kind of fits in with what I want. Well, it kind of fits in the whole thing. So, yeah, I love that tiger. Okay. Well, my throat is dry and I don't have any water with me, so I'm going to have to go do that. So, thanks for watching. Ooh, did you like that? Yeah, you like the tiger background? See, I knew that you would. That's why I picked it. There are all kinds of spacey backgrounds, but I like this one a lot, so that's what I did. I'm probably going to use some of the same colors that I used for this part back there, but a little, obviously a little darker. I might actually use gouache. I'm going to need to practice it on a different page. Anyway. Yeah, I really like that. Imagomorphia. This tiger is an Imagomorphia, which I don't think I have that one. I've got one of them. Oh, guess what? I've got Imagomorphia. And I just noticed this. This is a used book. And it's got this neat little Samantha Carlin, Merry Christmas, Boo Boo, Love Mom. And somehow it made its way into a used book place. Let's see what that... Oh, there it is. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, you always do a great job on... Oh, Sandy, that is so kind. Yeah. Yeah, right now it looks like I'm doing one every two days, every other day. So I will finish this part and probably the background on this, the lines here, and then the circles. I might only get the edges of the circles done, and then we can see how to do the middle part. And yeah, so I think that's what I'll do for the next time. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think that's kind of what that other tiger was. Oh, maybe not. Okay, well, thank y'all for watching. I will see you next time. See you later. Bye.